Alright, so you got Tabletop Simulator ready to go. Now how do we get into one of these tables? The first thing that you want to do is know that if you're going to join somebody that already has a table going, you're going to want to hit join. And then their table should be listed in here if it's open. And if they give you a password, whatnot, whatever, click on that table, it'll get you there once you hit connect. If you don't have a table that you are joining, what you can do is hit create. And in this case, you have a couple of options. You can do single player, multiplayer, or hot seat. We haven't really done much hot seat. I have played a lot of multiplayer. Anytime that you want to play with somebody else, it has to be a multiplayer table. If you're just trying to do stuff on your own, single player table is the way to go. Just for this first video here, I'm going to start a single player. So you went to create, you hit single player. Now that's going to give you in the background here just a generic table that Tabletop Simulator loads up when you enter a game. What you can do now, you can see there was a box when I first came here that showed workshops and all that. To get that back, just hit games at the top, and then this is going to be where all your workshops and all your saved games that you have are going to be kept. So as you can see, I have a lot of my own workshops, and I got more than what it shows. And you can get to the rest of them by clicking the button on the side, and it'll go right to a workshop page. Then you can see all of the workshops that you are actually subscribed to. If you want to go back, just hit the back button on the top. Any of your saved stuff, so if you're in the middle of a game and you want to save, come back later, that's fine, you can do that. You save the game, and that'll be loaded here. Same thing, there's a lot more saves than what they display here. You click this, you'll go back into a saved games page where that has them all listed. The back button works the same and brings you back. But now that we're here, you just got done, you got Cabal subscribed to, like that's where we left off on the last video. So now we want to play it. So what you're going to do is once you come into your table that they create for you, you'll come into your workshop and you'll click on Warsaken Cabal, and it's going to ask you if you want to load it. Just hit load. Well, that'll go in the background, pull all the stuff out, do what it needs to do, and it'll load you into the Warsaken Cabal room where the table's already pre-set up and everything like that. This tablet wants to open URL. We have a tablet on the side here that is allowed to connect to the internet, and we have that going directly to the Cabal rules. So if you hit open, you'll see right here it'll change to the rules. If you hit cancel, it'll probably stay Google. So now the rules are there. If you come, you come over to the top, you hit alt, we can get into there. We'll get to that a little bit later. But this is how you get into the table initially. If you wanted to get into a different table, once you're in a table, you can go up to games, and you can load right over the top again. Just pick whatever you want to load, and you can load right to it. We'll go back to that table. There's other ways to get out of it. Once you're in the table, you can also go up to the menu, and you can just hit main menu, which will close the room completely and take you back to the main menu of Tabletop Simulator. Now, if you were going to play against somebody else, you're going to want to create a multiplayer room. Give it a name, and this server type is going to be the specification whether or not you would like anybody to be able to come into the board. That's where you would select public. Or if you want to just be able to have whoever you are friends with in Tabletop Simulator come into the table. Actually, it's whoever you're friends with on the Steam network, I believe. But then they would be able to come under the table. If they're not your friends, they won't be able to join. One thing that you can do if you know you're not friends with them but you want to play is you can create a public table, and to keep people from just jumping into your room, you can create a password. If you see us playing a Warsaken match in the table, you want to jump in, most likely if it's a public table, the password is going to be Warsaken, all in lowercase. You also have the choice of how many people you would allow to join for playing the game. You can go up to 10, you can go down to 2 to 10, anything. I usually leave about 5. I really don't ever see very much more than that in there. Once you have all that set up, then you can come through. We'll go to public, so let's make a public one. And then we'll just hit create server. Once again, it loads you into a generic room that just gives you a table that has nothing on it. But you can see this box should pop up on you. If it doesn't, it's in the games menu up here. And then you can choose your whatever table you want to go to actually play the match with the other person. Now they can come join the table by going through the join method that was discussed earlier. They will join, look for your room name, and if you have a password, enter the password, hit connect, and they will be joining in your room. When somebody joins your room, which I don't have anybody joined in here, but they won't be able to interact with anything on your server that you've created until you allow them to. In order to allow somebody, you click on their name over here. That's it. And it won't do it because I'm the host right now, but it'll actually give you more options. And on one of the options is promote. You want to promote that user, and then they'll have privileges to interact with the objects on the game board. If you don't promote them, they will not be able to do anything.